Hello, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to clean CIC Silk hearing instruments. As you can see, we have a red and a blue. These guys are completely contained in your ear canals, nothing behind your ear. They aren't dispensed as much as the behind the ear today. However, nevertheless, they're still great hearing instruments. Very easy to clean, very similar to other styles as well. So without further ado, let's get on with the cleaning. You can see we have two buds on these guys, of course, two ears. These are sleeves. These are most commonly used for CICs. They kind of have a little bit of a bend to them. Very easy to clean, very easy to take off. The first thing I want to do before I clean these guys is open up the battery door. Right here on the end here, you just go ahead and flick that baby open, and you're going to just remove the battery. It just makes it so your hearing aid is not running the whole time and taxing the instrument and squealing. So we'll close that up, and then we'll move on to the bud. What we're looking for with cleaning, okay? So if one morning you wake up, you just put them in, you realize that there's no sound. 9 times out of the 10, it's going to be wax in the center piece right there. I'll use this cleaning tool to kind of point out where the actual sound is coming from. Right there in the center, there's that little tiny screen. That screen can become plugged up, and when it's plugged up, we need to just clean it out. So we'll go ahead and we'll take off the bud. You definitely want to take off the bud before cleaning your hearing aid. If you clean the hearing aid or the bud with the bud still attached and affixed to the instrument, what you're doing is you're pushing all that wax into the unit and creating more of an issue. So I want to take the bud off. A couple ways to do that. I'm going to use my left hand, and I'm going to just grab this right here, grab the tip of the bud, and I'm going to squeeze, kind of acting like as a fulcrum here. I'm going to squeeze, bring my other hand in, and then just pull downward like I'm breaking a twig. Comes right off. We'll go ahead and put that back on. I'll show you a different way. Different way would be to pull this sleeve up and expose the fitting. If you can see in there where that vinyl meets up with the actual piece, I'll just put my finger in there, right in between where they meet, and then I'll just push downward, like the same effect of what I was doing, and pull it apart. You don't really want to pull it straight apart because you'll tear the vinyl. If you tear the vinyl, you just need to replace it. You should have a replacement buds in your case that comes with the original packaging. However, if you're out, just call us. We'll send those out to you. So let's pretend that this sleeve right here is dirty. We want to go ahead and give it a good cleaning. First thing I want to do is grab my cleaning tool. I'm going to visually inspect to make sure that this tip does in fact have wax into it. Even if it doesn't, it's always good practice to just clean it out. So my cleaning tool that's included with our hearing system and original packaging looks like this. Of course, I have the bristles here, and then I have the piece right there. Okay, so one thing to note, these bristles right here are made for getting into the nooks and crannies of those screens. You have 5 little rows there, and each row is designed just to get right into the center of that sleeve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this front row right here, and I'm going to line it up. And you can kind of see I'm kind of spinning it around. What I'm doing is I'm trying to fit as many bristles as I can into the vent itself. So I'm going to push it, push it, push it, push it, apply a little bit of a pressure there, and then it's hard to see, but you'll be able to see a little bit of the bristles coming through the other side. That's what you're getting at. You're wanting to see the wax leave the area and leave and become less impacted. So I'll keep doing this for a little bit, brush it all out, make sure that everything is nice, clean, and clear. Take a look inside, and it should be nice and clear. We'll look on the back side too. To me, it looks clean, clear, and good to go. You should be replacing your buds every 6 months or so. You know, if they're oily and just discolored, you're done with them, go ahead and replace them. Now, since this is all clean, you can also soak this in hydrogen peroxide if you'd like to, just to kind of dissolve any other leftover wax that's hiding in there. But since this is clean, what we're going to do now is we're going to check this end piece, okay? It doesn't matter which side you do. Of course, this one's the right side. We're going to look inside of here. The filters are the same on both sides. This white piece that's in there is called a filter. It's a wax guard. It's making positive that wax doesn't get down in here and start to degrade the instrument itself. If you do see, you notice this is white, if you do see wax in the tip there, of course, it'll be discolored brown. You want to go ahead and get that cleaned out. I have a kit here that's called mini wax receiver guards. These guys are not included with every single patient when they're dispensed to at the initial appointment. These are only dispensed on an as-needed basis. We just don't give them to everybody. So if you need them and if you want to change them on your own, of course, we can change them for you. Just call us and we'll mail them out, and this will be the way that you do it. So we'll grab one of these guys out of here. And just as a note on the back there are directions on how to do this as well. Very quick and easy, but I'm just going to demonstrate how to do that. So again, let's pretend that there's wax in here. We're going to use this little stick filter to change that out. On one side, we have a threaded rod. On the other side, we have our replacement filter. So of course, we're going to use the threaded rod to extract the old one, and then the replacement one will come following. So we'll go ahead and push this on here, and I'm going to try to make it as straight as possible like this. And as I'm pushing down, I'm pushing towards the instrument with my hand over here, my left hand, I'm going to turn clockwise and push, give a little bit of pressure, not too much, just a little bit to turn it in there. I'm going to turn it about 4 to 5 times, and then I'm just going to pull. Come out, we have the old one there. Again, let's pretend that's full of wax. First thing I'll do is I'll make sure that there's nothing inside of the unit itself. I'll take a look in there. I don't see anything in there. It's nice and clean and clear. If there is wax impacted in there, that is something for us to fix. It may have to be sent in, or it may be something we can fix in-house. So let us know if there is something in there, then it's time for us to fix it. That's nothing that you can do on your end. If that is happening, that's not a big deal. So don't hesitate to call us. So old one over here, we'll turn it around and we have the replacement one there. What we're gonna do is we're just going to push it in, and it's in there, but what I like to do is just kind of, as I'm pushing, I'm going to pull down like this, making positive that it just sticks in there. This is just a little tab. All I'm gonna do for extra measure is place this right on there, kind of push on the edge, just to make sure that this is pressed in all the way and that is replaced. Now, wax can group up right here on the rim here, so just to clean it up, I'm gonna grab the cleaning tool, give it a good wipe down, and it's nice, clean, and clear. While the bud is off, I'm gonna visually inspect for cracks or anything like that. Normally that doesn't happen. I'm gonna come over here with my cleaning tool and just brush it all off. Now, moving on to the back side where you see the beige faceplate there. Of course, this is the most outer portion of the hearing aid in your ear when it's in, of course, with the bud on. At the top right here, this would be the top of the unit because like I said, where this little pull tab is at the bottom of your ear canal itself. But this little area right here, this is the microphone. Time again, when you want to take off the bud and you're cleaning it, you're going to use this cleaning tool and you're going to just brush out these microphones right here, making positive that skin or dirt or anything like that hasn't impacted inside of there. So again, I'll use this tool, brush that out, and it should look like that, nice and clean. Of course, this one was pretty clean to begin with. And then I like to, for extra measure, just brush all the way around, making sure that there's no debris just kind of caked on there. And then I'm gonna grab, I can do one of two things. You can either wipe this down with a dry paper towel, and that usually will do the job. If, however, you want to, for extra measure, you can grab an alcohol prep pad and wipe this guy down. If you don't have prep pads, you can just simply put a little bit of isopropanol on a paper towel and then just wipe it down. You don't need to soak it. You just need to kind of get a little bit on there, just enough. Notice I'm just going around the red or the blue in this case, but the red in this case, I'm not going onto the beige faceplate because I don't want any of the alcohol to get into the battery door. So that's nice and clean. I'll grab my paper towel and wipe this baby down. Getting all the oil and everything off of it. You can use paper towel, you can use tissue, anything that you have on hand. Microfiber towels work well as well. So with the bud, we're gonna put that guy back on since we're nice and clean, clear, everything's good to go, and we wanna test this baby out. There is a certain way how you wanna put your buds on, okay? So looking at the bud, you can see there is a curve right there. The curve goes with the curve, so to speak. So looking at the bud itself, the sleeve, I should say, there is a tab that's right back there, that's on my nail. That is the back side of the vinyl bud, the sleeve. And it's going to go and line up with the back side of the CIC unit on its own. So I'm just gonna line it up, give it a push, and you can hear that click. If you can't hear it, you can feel it. You wanna make sure the bud's on all the way. Very tough to see, but you can see that little tab is now lined up there right in the middle of the back, and that's the way it goes in. You can see the curve is with the curve. That's how it would go into our ear. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this into our ear and see how she works. If it's working out and sounds good, you've done your job. If it's still sounding a little bit weak, or if it's intermittent, or any other issues that are going on, just get a hold of us. No big deal. A lot of times we can fix it in-house. All right, moving forward, just with changing batteries. I'll show you how to change batteries with this unit. There are a couple different ways to do it. You can, first of all, you want to make positive that the battery door is open when it's not in use. Open it up like that from the top. So open it up. Rule of thumb is the beveled side always goes down. It always goes down in the unit. So I'm going to pretend that I already have a battery in here. So I'm just going to insert this battery, and I'm going to show you how to remove the old one first. There are a couple ways you can do it. You can just simply grab it and pull it out. However, it is very small. You can use your cleaning tool. On the end here, you have a magnet or you have a pick. You can use either one of those to kind of get rid of it out of the actual unit. See how that came right out? I can even put it in like that if I want to. It makes it a little bit easier. So let's replace this battery. So we'll discard that. We'll get our battery pack over here. By the way, if you, when you get your units, you have 3 years of warranties and 3 years of batteries included. So if you're low on batteries, getting low, we'll send out a supply of 40 for you. That's included, okay? So these ones are yellow tab number 10s. Your battery size may be a little bit different, but this is very typical for these little tiny ones. Notice that the tab is still on there. I like to leave the tab on until I get it into the actual hearing aid. Again, the beveled side goes in first. You can see down at the bottom there in that this little battery door, there is a kind of a rimmed edge down there. The beveled side goes down there first. So I'll go ahead and line it up, insert it. You can see it's nice and flush down there. Now I'm going to take the tab off by peeling it. Okay, that's off. I'm going to push it down in there to make sure that it's in there. Give your battery at least 30 seconds before you close that door to activate. It's a zinc air battery, and sometimes it can take up to 2 minutes before that battery is activated, especially if it's been stored a long time. The only difference with the left side is same, of course, when you open it, but you may have noticed how I put the battery in on that side was on the interior where the marking was for the right. This one is inserted from the opposite side. Still the same procedure, just inserted from the other side. No big deal. So I'll show you how to do that one real fast. Got our new battery here. Turn it over to the outside of the hearing aid, push it in, and peel the tab. Just like so. Again, give it about 30 seconds to a minute. Now I'm going to close the door and the battery is going to activate. There's a 6-second delay. Once it's on, stick it in, see how it sounds. You don't need to replace your batteries every time you clean it. You just need to replace them when you start to hear the battery alert tone, which is a descending tone. This one seems to be working properly. I will try it out and see how it sounds. Like I said, if you're having issues with them, give us a call. Cleaning, if you do it this way, if you do it exactly how I did, most likely you'll solve your issue. However, like I said, if not, please give us a call. Our number is 219-229-1488. That is our local number. Please feel free to call us toll free as well at 800-509-1739. Thanks for watching my video today. If you have any other further questions, don't hesitate to get a hold of us. This is Alternative Hearing Care. Take care.